Your ringing alarm jolts you awake. To make matters even worse, it's a Monday morning. Time to shower and get ready for the day. But before you go and do that, like most smartphone users, one of the first, if not the first things you will do is reach for that cell phone. Immediately, you will slide in and out of notifications that came in while you were snoring. Then, you will run through what occurred on Twitter or Instagram while you were gone for all 6 or 7 hours. You can't ignore Facebook either, right? Might as well refresh that news feed and see what went on in your friends' lives between the highly exciting hours of midnight and 7 a.m. Now that you're on a roll of sorts, why not take a look at those 19 or more emails that came in during night as well? You take about 5 to 10 minutes to respond back to the most important ones while making a mental note to address the remaining ones when you arrive at work. Once the impromptu email session is complete, you promptly turn off the phone and begin heading for the shower. But you suddenly recall that one of your friends reminded you yesterday to view the Instagram photos they took on their trip to Las Vegas last month. Since you are also planning a trip to the Sin City in the coming months, it seems sensible to spend at least a few minutes checking out your friend's Las Vegas photos to pique your interest. While you're viewing the Las Vegas Instagram photos, a Snapchat push notification comes in. It's another friend who sent you a well-timed Snapchat, which makes it abundantly clear that he's looking forward to seeing Tom Hardy in the new upcoming movie Venom 2. You're not too impressed, but it gets an early morning laugh out of you. Finally, after 20 minutes of this utter madness of closing one app and opening another, sometimes 2 or 3 at the same time, you start your day. Now consider a morning that looks like this. You turn off the ringing alarm. It's still Monday morning. We can't change that. But instead of spending the next 15 to 20 minutes on your phone figuring out what went on in the world, you choose to make sense of what is going on in your own internal world. Instead of hustling and bustling through 9 or 10 apps, you slowly run through the 9 or 10 most important tasks you must address today. You perhaps use those handful of minutes to embrace the stillness and silence that only an early morning can provide. Or you take some time to write in your gratitude journal the things you are grateful about in your life. Finally, you spend the remaining time in relative silence and peace, since you know these few minutes may very well be the only pockets of silence you will have in your day before you enter the noisy world. While this alternative scenario ultimately results in a calmer you, most of us will opt for the frantic getting up to speed of things. But why are we so attracted to this weird lifestyle choice when we could be taking things a bit more slowly and silently? Why must we feel as if checking and immediately responding back to emails or text messages is the most important thing in our lives? Why can't we realize that constantly checking Twitter or Instagram throughout the day isn't the most important thing, and that it's probably more anxiety and stress-inducing than we'd like? Because we are attracted to the noise. The noise is anything that fills up what would have otherwise been our pockets of silence and tranquility. In his book Silence, writer Josh Long states this stress and pressure of being online is so self-perpetuating that we find ourselves grabbing our phones instinctively in any free moment. He goes on to add, we are caught up in this glorification of busy that leaves us overworked and exhausted, while yielding nothing remarkable at the end of the day. Even after months of work, we have nothing of note to show for our busyness. Author and leadership advisor Robin Sharma recently shared an insight he gleaned from the tumultuous time Nelson Mandela had while being imprisoned. It was the solitude, degradation, devastation, and inhumanity of that time and confinement that made him who he became. Sharma adds, while he was on Robben Island, he read the books of the iconic leaders. He studied the habits of the great souls. He reflected on the key moral virtues. He transmuted hostility into opportunity. He transformed his anger into forgiveness. For Mandela, it was a time away from the world that allowed him to lead in the world. The time that Mandela spent in silence and desolation while being unjustly imprisoned actually built the foundation upon which he was able to galvanize and free an entire nation from the oppressive powers that ruled them. In other words, the silent moments of Nelson Mandela's life made all the difference. Isn't there a chance those silent moments can have just as huge an impact on our lives? That's all we have for you today. Let us know in the comments how you start your morning. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting videos like this. Thank you for watching. Till next time.